welcome to the Bunk and Pick podcast. Pick here with Medium G today.
Oi.
Oh, boy.
Oi.
Ew, what the hell was the last part?
That's my filling in for the big bunk.
Big Bunk is still in the British Isles.
He's having some crumpets.
And some tea.
Some crumpets.
My God, I don't know what this... You're worse than him.
I'm trying to act like him.
It's so much worse.
Oi.
It's so much worse than him, though. So he won't be joining us. So the dad's away, so the kids will play. That was weird. Sorry I said that to your face. Anyways, actually in house this time with me, so it's nice.
I'm in house.
That's good. It's a different dynamic when you're sitting across from each other.
It's more serious. You got to be on your A game here.
It's more serious.
Way more serious.
As everyone, just so everyone knows, as Medium G is drinking a delicious Irish whiskey and zero Gatorade.
Orange flavor.
Orange flavored zero Gatorade sounds like the worst combination you could think of. That's it's rough. What would you rate your drink?
Well, I don't drink liquor, so that's all about a 2. It's about as best as it gets. I would put this on the 2 level. A good, really crappy drink that I make.
It's way worse than really crappy. It's atrocious.
I would say this is my victory drink, but unfortunately I lost today. This is fresh off the course. Got to give props to Pick. He beat me by 1 stroke with a hurt back, a backiotomy. He beat me.
I have a back brace on.
He had a girdle on the course and he won.
I've got a girdle and I beat your ass.
He didn't beat my ass. He beat me by 1.
I beat your ass because I have a girdle on.
and of course, it came down to the last stroke. I put mine probably 20 yards too deep off the green, and Nick hit a nice shot and beat me.
That's right. Just so it's on the record, I did win. So
yeah, he wins, but we trade. We go 50-50. But where it really mattered was Lucas was out there from the Bourbon.
Not Lucas.
And we beat him by like 5 strokes or something. But it was a fucking massacre out there today.
Well, so the main problem with it is that it was 90-something% humidity.
No wind.
0 wind. It was so hot.
We played golf in a sauna.
It was as far the opposite direction weather-wise than what those guys played this past weekend at the U.S. or the British Open.
Oh yeah.
Because that was cold and fucking windy and rainy there, and it was 9 million degrees and sticky. I felt like I was back in Florida.
So you shot an 87 at Crystal Falls.
Yeah, it was
What
bad.
would you shoot at Royal Tune? In the shit.
Can you tell me what Royal Tune?
Whatever it is, Royal
What
Coon.
the fuck is Royal Tune?
Royal Booty.
I play a little Royal Tune today.
Oi.
Oh, God. Troon. Royal Troon.
Troony.
Oh, my God. If I break 100, I'm happy.
Yeah, dude. That looked great. I was like, where's the trees? That must be easy.
They have a green called a postage stamp.
Which is like 80 yards, is that right?
It's tiny. The green?
To get to the green, is it like...
No, it was...
That's the par 3 that's really short?
No, it wasn't a par 3.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different hole then.
But they had the green is tiny. And they were having
that's
a
why
hard
it's
time
called
hitting
postage
it. Yeah,
stamp.
it was just, it's like the smallest or second smallest.
That's one thing
green
about
out there.
golf is you're not on the course, so you can't, especially in the Masters when you go see them play. And then we go play our local course and we're like, ooh, it's undulating here. But there, it's like 10 times worse. And I almost wish the camera people would just give you that constant ground level view so you can see the fairways, how crazy they are.
Like when they do the picture behind the guy chipping up from 50 out.
Then it becomes real.
And you see the green, you're like, oh yeah, there's no fucking way I could compete
The bird's eye, you're like, 150, easy.
How do you miss that putt?
Easy, loser.
How do you miss that putt?
The bunker loser.
And you see him, he's setting up his putt, and he's putting the complete opposite way of the hole just to bring it back. Those guys, it's crazy.
Well, unlike the 15th or so hole today that we played, I hit it into, I would call it some fescue. It was just grass. It was large grass.
Fescue.
It was long grass.
Long grass.
And I kicked it out because I didn't know how to hit it out of there. Nick was like, you got to hit it. And I was like, no, I haven't learned that yet. So playing these nice PGA courses would be just a whole nother. I think I would do fine, but I wouldn't be able to hit it out of the high rough. It would take me 3 shots.
That's the problem. Is the rough is so overgrown.
About 100.
Yeah, so where we're at now, what we're playing now, the rough is not overgrown, so it's not...
No, I'm happy with the rough where we play.
Yeah, because you can play out of it and still advance the ball. Yeah, we're not good enough to play out of like, I can't even see my ball or my own feet in the ground.
Right. And they do that shot of they'd show the picture, like the little picture on the lie of the ball. And like half the
Shit
ball
all over it.
Yeah. But then they hit it on the green.
Perfect. And they spin it. It spins and stops on the green, or they pull it back. It's pretty crazy. It's unbelievable how good those guys are.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was cool seeing Schauffele win. Our picks were terrible.
They were bad. We
bad.
got called out on it, too, by
deservedly
the one and only Suburban Bourbon Burn Luke.
Did he have a pick, though? Did he pick?
He didn't have a pick, but he let us know that ours were bad.
Well, I went to Shambo, who instantly was bad. Like, from the first hole was bad.
Yep.
I think our other picks were Scheffler, we said, would be, and he was in the mix.
Theegala, bad.
Did he make the cut?
No.
I don't think so, right?
No.
And we thought Rory.
Whoa, wow.
We all got the answer to where Rory is right now. That was the last major of the year, right?
That's the last major of the year. The fifth major, I guess, is the PGA Championship at the end of the year, but
a couple months, though.
It's not
3 months.
It's not considered a major. It's just a
So he gets
level.
time to kind of figure it out. That was his last one. He'll kind of get it back together for next season.
Here's a question for you. Mm-hmm. And this came up today while we were playing, but so with Schauffele has 2 majors this year. Okay?
2 wins, you mean?
2 wins on he won 2 majors.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's golfer of the year? He has 2 majors. Scheffler has 1 major but has 6 wins on tour. I think Xander only has like 2 or 3.
I would probably have to pour through the results of all the events, which I don't have in front of me right now. My gut shot would say it's still Scheffler, just because he's so consistent. Every course, every obstacle, every wind condition, everything, he's always in contention on day 4.
The way he was hitting the ball this weekend, if his putter was actually
his putter's bad
working, if he was rolling balls in, he would have beat everybody by 4 or 5.
He would have noticeably bad.
Off. It was really bad there, and it could be wind factor. Plus, he's not a link style golfer. He's not.
I learned this week what links actually means, like watching them play. I finally get it now.
Watch out for the rain and wind.
The wind is insane.
And there's a reason it's wide open like that and there's no trees. It's so that the wind is a problem.
I can't imagine. I mean, I saw a guy hit a 4-iron 150, and it's like straight into the wind, full swing, and he hit it good.
I was watching guys hit driver on a 210-yard par 3.
Yeah. How about that hole with the train tracks to the right where you have to clear?
That's so cool.
That looks insane. I would hit that train track every time.
Could you imagine being in those gorse bushes as well?
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so you hit it decent and you're in that fucking hill over to the right. That's a par 4, I think.
Yeah.
And then they had into the wind hitting like a 230 par 3 at some point. It's just, I'm good with Crystal Falls. I'm good with Crystal Falls.
I will say I have been fortunate enough to play a course the day after, right? So it still had a whole day to overgrow. They didn't mow it as low, so it wasn't as fast. And my God, was that unbelievably hard.
I bet.
It was almost unplayable. And those guys are spinning the ball on glass. It's crazy.
They actually said this one was, the greens here were playing like 10.
They're playing 10. Yeah.
That's like, we see that on courses.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what the name of the meter they used to figure that out? It's a funny name.
No.
It's a stimp. The stimp meter.
Is it named after a person?
I don't, probably.
Stimp?
Stimp. Yeah, it's a little thing, and
Oh, yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
So they just drop in, it rolls, and that's how they tell how fast it is.
So when they say 11, they put it up to like number 11 on the little gadget?
Yes. Yeah.
I got it.
And like, these guys are used to 12.5 to 14. That is like...
What was Crystal Falls today, you think?
5?
6?
No, not 5. It was probably like an 8 or 9.
Well, each hole was different.
Yes.
We hit through the Saharan desert at one point.
There was some sand on the greens.
It wasn't so bad, but there was like 3 or 4 that were pretty bad.
They were.
Before we get into sports, or even though we're in it, give me a recap of your week here, big dog. What's something that happened to you? Give me something in the personal life of old Nicholas here.
Yeah, my fucking slipped my disc in my back, and I have been laying down for a week.
You've been vertical?
I have been horizontal, my friend.
Been horizontal.
I've been either vertical or horizontal. There's no sitting. I wasn't able to actually sit until like 2 days ago, and then I decided to go play golf.
And you won. So, it's all worth it.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow I'll let you know if it's worth it or not.
You just got to get on the computer tomorrow.
Yes, I got to sit.
Yeah. Just lean forward slightly.
Other than that, I did. I'm here helping Bunk out, watching his dogs while he's over there.
We're actually in a shift change.
We're in a shift change. Yes, shift change.
I got the night shift here taking over.
Here's going to solidify where you'll sleep here. There was one day, back's bad, can't get out of bed. Middle of the night. Oh, man, it's warm in here. Woke up, scratched my arm, soaking wet. One of the fucking dogs peed on me.
In
the bed, while I was laying in the bed.
Would you imagine that? Peed on you in the bed.
Right on me. Lifted the leg and everything.
Very good.
Is it good?
Very good.
Is it good? So that was something interesting that happened to me. How about for you?
Oh my God. I've been doing so much gymnastics stuff with my daughter lately. I don't have any good back or peeing stories like you do. It's been a lot of big video gamer, dropped off Overwatch and then kind of got back in.
Oh, I've been playing some Overwatch too.
But you haven't been into it in the past, but your kids have.
Yes. The youngest got very into it. Is very good with Mauga. We've been playing a lot.
Tank.
Yeah, but that little fucker's
PC
good
or
with
PlayStation.
He's on the console and I'm playing PC.
Yeah.
That little guy is so good with the fast characters that make me sick.
Yeah.
So watching him on the big
Tracer.
TV made me want to just throw up all over myself.
There's a lot of games now that I built a gaming PC that I turn on and I'm like, oh God, I'm sick already.
Yes,
I turn it right off. I'm too old.
You got to drop the graphics level so your eyes can adjust.
Go back to
I
2002.
Need the blocks. I need it to be blocky. I was playing a game the other day, and it's a remake of an older game. And a guy was like, "Hey, I'm lagging. I'm sorry." And one of the other people was like, "How the fuck are you lagging? These are like PS2 graphics."
He's playing on his refrigerator. That's why.
It's the refrigerator door.
I think they actually, for a funny thing, they put Doom on the original Doom on you could play it on a refrigerator.
You can play games in like the screen of a Tesla.
You can.
You can Bluetooth a controller to it.
You can play them anywhere now. How nice would that be when you were a kid? Because we had the Game Gear that took 14 batteries, and it was like $50 a week to play the goddamn Game Gear. And we had a Game Boy too, but I'm sure it was like shared around. But that was it. You didn't really have.
Oh my God, trips. Those were the worst because you had to burn CDs. You had to burn enough CDs to make it through the trip.
Yeah, I would say one good thing about when we were kids is that we would go to the bargain bin and pick up like Tekken 2 or whatever at like $5, and we would play the ever-living shit out of that game.
Clay
for
Fighters.
months.
Clay Fighters, my friend.
Tekken, Virtua Fighter, Street, all those.
Super Smash.
Super Smash. Oh, yeah, Super Smash.
Super Smash.
Where's Jason McDonald?
He's going to be on here soon enough.
Does he have a podcast nickname yet?
Shout out. Well, come on. His Boomer.
Oh, it's got to be Boomer.
It's got to be Boomer.
It's got to be Boomer. Maybe he doesn't like that nickname
He
anymore.
hates it.
Okay, good.
He hates
That
it.
makes it better.
I can tell you off mic the story of that name.
No, I know this
I
story.
will not put that on record.
Yeah, I know this story.
Yes.
Is it true?
No.
Oh.
Sean Snow made it up.
Oh.
Sean Snow, if you're out there.
And that fucking name is carried to today?
He's the reason.
It's like a middle school nickname.
Yes, but the best part about it is we were all hanging out at his house. Sorry, Jason. We were all hanging out at his
Boomer,
house.
you mean.
I'm sorry, Boomer. And his mom had asked us why. We were like, because he's so good at kicking the football.
He booms the ball.
Yeah, yes. That was the reason why we told him.
Oh, man.
Yowzers. Hey, shout out to him. Big congratulations. Hey, his daughter's about to be 1 year old. And also he's about to get married.
Oh. Good stuff, good stuff.
Which I need to talk to you about because we got to plan some bachelor party stuff.
Do they have a day plan?
They do. It's in October.
Oh, well, thanks for the invitation, Jason.
He just called me about it.
Thanks for the call, Jason.
Well, he probably doesn't have
Sees how
your number.
important I am to you.
Seeing as I'm his best friend.
Yeah. I haven't talked to him since your wedding. Just many years ago.
We got him hammered at that wedding. Jason, come in here. Let's start shotgunning beers. My wife's brother, my brother-in-law, he said hello to you guys for sure. He was like, that was the most fun I've had when we, because Wes kept going. He doesn't drink a drop.
Oh.
And Wes kept going. Beeve kept going. come on, let's shotgun beers. And I kept telling him, hey, man, you don't got to shotgun the beers. He was hammered at the wedding.
See the one I traded my vest with?
Yeah, we did.
I got the
that
shitty
was so
vest.
much fun.
The jerk took my good vest. I had to wear like...
It wasn't... I wore dad's 4 size too big.
We did like a big shift down
jacket.
thing. And I ended up with a vest that was huge.
I was in that suit jacket that was at least 2 sizes too big. And Jen goes, my wife goes, what the fuck are you wearing? I said, I'm hammered drunk. We're getting married.
We're doing it, baby. We're doing
it. Good times. Good times we're had.
See, that was a good segue over from sports. Now we can get into some sports right now.
All right. What do you feel? Okay, we're past the All-Star break in baseball.
Yeah.
I will say, Tampa, it's about to split the series.
Before we get there, what was your thoughts on the home run derby? New format this year.
I didn't mind it. It's nice to refresh it. It was very long, though. Why does it have to be 4.5 hours?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be that long?
So they do, what I didn't understand, you get the 20 pitches or 30, whatever pitch count you get, and then the clock runs out, and then you get the 3 outs.
Yeah, you get the 3 money ball.
They need to reduce. I would almost be okay with you just get 10 outs, or I think they did that in the past, or you get like 1 minute, not 30 pitches.
Yeah, it used to be either or. It used to be they used to do 10 outs, but then the problem with that is like the McGuire era, those guys were hitting 50 home runs in those 10 outs, so they were
yeah, you remember that.
Oh,
those
okay, we got it. So they started putting the time limit on it. Those were epic.
They were epic.
Bonds and him and
the
Sosa.
one in Boston
and,
was
oh
so
my
good.
God, they're hitting the... Well, yeah, that's some BS doing it in Boston.
Yeah.
The Green Monster's only 300 feet.
It's tall, though.
It's like 280.
Very tall.
They're just hitting... All you have to do is hit a moon ball.
I know, for them in BP, that's as easy as it gets.
God. You're hammering the ball.
Easy as it gets. Yeah, that's just like teed up for you right there.
I will say, hey, Skeens has been impressive. Him starting the... For a rookie to start the All-Star game, that was awesome, and he was lights out.
Yeah, he's an interesting character in baseball to me because he kind of defies a lot of the rules of super successful in college, but you have the tools that translate to pro ball. The thing is, though, he's actually translating it to pro ball.
Yeah.
And that's rare. Like a lot of guys who come out throwing that hard and have that stuff and the body type, it still takes a little. But he seems to be...
He got there quick. He seems
to be on top of his game, which is not concerning. But if you're a fan of him, you really want to follow how he finishes the season, see how hitters kind of approach him and the back half of the season, and then really look for next year to see if he's made adjustments also to kind of continue his success, because it's always the sophomore year. Once you get the scouting report on you, you kind of seen against other MLB hitters, you got to kind of get over that hump. We'll see. But he looks amazing.
Yeah, I think he's going to be very good for a very long time.
I also saw a stat. I don't know if, hopefully it doesn't affect him, but we've had more Tommy John surgeries this year than like a lot of years combined. I think it's a rise of Tommy John.
I have a theory behind that, and I want to pitch this to you because you were a pitcher. You went through it, right?
I did not have Tommy John, but yes.
Right. You didn't have Tommy John, but you were a pitcher.
Yeah. Saw a lot of
at
it.
An elevated level. So they cut back the amount of rosin and spider tack these guys can use now. So they're holding it deeper into their hands. They're gripping it tighter, which strains that ligament in your elbow.
What do you mean there was never a restriction on it? There was never a level. What do you mean?
They're not able to use that stuff now.
They can't touch the rosin bag before
they can use the rosin bag, but if they have too much buildup, they get kicked out. If they use spider tack, they get kicked out.
Huh.
So like a lot of the stuff that they were using on their hands, they can't use it anymore. And because of that, they're holding it a little deeper in their hand to throw, which you have to hold it tighter, right, to get more.
Well, you wouldn't do that. Nobody would hold it deeper than your second knuckle.
I guess not deeper, but tighter. You're holding it tighter, which flexes that tendon.
I don't know if that's... Again, I haven't played in so long, and it's changed a lot. But nobody actually... it was so rare for somebody to cheat with rosin or pine tar. It was very rare.
Right.
Maybe it's more prevalent now. I don't know.
Edwin Diaz just got hit for it.
That's so crazy because... I mean, we knew how to do it. But you just didn't really do it. And our thing was, I don't know about spider tack, exactly what that is, but we would take the rosin and sunscreen, and it makes the stickiest solution known to man. If you just put some sunscreen, put some rosin in there, put it on your finger. You would always put it on either your pants, underneath your hat. This is before people were filming, so
right, they're checking all that.
Yeah, now. I know, but you would only use such a little amount that it wasn't even like it was just to get a little grip, but you wouldn't use it all the time. So I don't think that's the rise in it. I think that it's these fucking people learning how to pitch and hit off YouTube, and these terrible pitching coaches and hitting coaches.
Yeah.
You've seen these people telling them to drop their back shoulder and fucking lift.
Yeah, I don't like
these
that.
These guys need to go to hell. They're horrible.
Yeah, the launch angle.
Horrible.
Crowd. Luckily, that's kind of like, because of the rule changes in baseball these past few years, the launch angle guys that were successful because of launch angle are not anymore. Look at Bellinger. He's just not there
Look
anymore.
at the original, the granddaddy of them all, Chris Davis.
Yes. Yeah.
He was the birth of that whole drop and drive thing.
Yeah, because...
And he sucked ass after that great year he had.
Yeah, but the shift, it made sense to swing that way.
Yeah, you
I'll
beat
take
the
the
shift with a bomb.
I'll take the strikeouts because I'm going to hit into a double play anyways. So I'm just going to go over everybody. But they can't shift like that anymore. So we're starting to see.
What is the restriction? You can't go across second base?
Yep, you can't go across second base. Can't step in the outfield.
Can outfielders step on the infield?
No.
Okay. That puts I would say that's good rails on it.
Yeah, so like the shifts that are happening they're coming to the base. Mm-hmm. Which is...
But not 5 infielders with 2 outfielders.
No.
Yeah, that's when it bothered me.
Yeah, or like that the fourth outfielder, like we played beer league softball, that's like the short outfielder. That's gone. Which is, I like that. And then the speeding up the pitch clock has made the game more enjoyable too, honestly.
So who do you have we're past All-Star break, like you said. What's the outlook for the game? Who do you see kind of on the rise? Who's taking a dump?
Yankees are kind of taking a dump, man.
Ooh.
They were very good.
They were hot.
They were
real hot.
Tampa's not good this year. And Tampa's about to split a series with them after today's game.
That's not a barometer for anything in baseball.
The first series back out of the bad momentum, because it's the first series out of...
Nothing to be worried about.
No, but they have to worry about the Orioles. And the Orioles are very good
very
this year.
competitive against.
Very, very much so.
I would say
it's
they're
been up
close
and down.
to 500 with them.
So the Orioles are 60-39, which is very impressive. New York is 59-42, so they're 2 games back.
The Red Sox.
The Red Sox are at 6.5 out.
I would not count them out yet.
So every team but Toronto is over 500 in that division.
Yeah,
and Tampa's over 500, and they're 10 back.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wild card?
Wild card, I think Tampa is 5 back. They're 4.5 out.
Oh, they're in it.
They're definitely in
the mix.
But they also already sold. They already traded one of their 5 starters.
You never count Tampa out completely.
You can't,
though.
because of how they play baseball.
The culture they have there, that it's next man up for $0 kind of attitude.
Yeah. Cleveland's been impressive this year.
Cleveland.
Very impressive.
You guys have been saying that for a long time. I still haven't been following, but they must have been good from the beginning.
They have been. They have
very consistent. Where are they? What's their record?
59-39.
Yeah, it's good.
So they're 20 games over 500, and they're 5 ahead of Minnesota. Houston, out of nowhere, took over that division. So Houston and Seattle are tied for first in the West. Houston was at one point like 6 or 7 back, and they just rattled it off. They haven't stopped winning, which is... impressive, but I'm not a big Houston fan.
I work with a guy who's from Houston. He lives in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And he only owns Houston Astros t-shirts. That's the only thing he owns. I've been working with him for 3 years. I've never seen him without a Houston Astros t-shirt. He's actually really cool.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying anything negatively. It's just, it's strange.
It is strange. You got to branch out a little bit.
It took me 2 years to tell him that I played baseball, because I was so worried
you don't
that he
want
would
to
just
tell somebody
kill me
like
with
that.
questions.
Yeah, of course. Of course. That's why I don't tell people I'm a chef.
Oh, God. You remember last time you did? When I was with you at Terra Vista?
The lady.
Golfing?
What did the lady say to me?
It was so pathetic and demoralizing.
I wanted to rage and break every club in her bag. I was pissed.
I forgot what she said. It was pretty bad. You're like about to tee off, and she said something like, "Can you cook pancakes?" It wasn't that, but it was so bad.
I was angry. I was very angry at that.
Let's do a fun game I've wanted to do for a while. I think that it'd be nice for the podcast to take a summer traveling trip here. Middle of summer, we're going to go around. I'm going to say a city, all right? And you're going to tell me kind of their sports outlook, because we've been so centralized on New York, Tampa, and kind of a little here and there, maybe five. Austin. Let's get outside of our little comfort zone and tell me the sports prospect of the city for right now.
I like that. As you know. Okay, so over all of the sports, not just baseball, not just football, but kind of everything.
Yeah,
okay.
Kind of everything.
I have a bunch of useless facts, so I might be pretty good at this.
We'll do 3 today. Maybe we'll get, or maybe 2. We'll see how it goes. But let's start with 1, and we got to go first to we're going to do a whole state. All right, we're going to do Florida.
That's
and
tough.
I want you to
That's
start.
Hard.
No, I'm going to break it up though for you. We're going to start with college football, Florida, and we're talking about the biggest level. So we're talking Miami, Florida State, Florida.
Okay.
So how's your outlook on how they're going to do? They all have to play each other, which is weird.
They do. College football, FSU. After last year, they did bring quite a bit back, but they lost a lot, and they lost Jordan
They're out
Travis.
of the preseason 25, I think.
Yeah, I do.
They're not even ranked. So you go from an undefeated season to not ranked.
They're just not.
The disrespect continues.
It's a lot, and that's fuel. The problem is they have DJ Uyunglele, which I don't really know how good that guy. I mean,
is he a transfer from Maryland?
No, he was a transfer. That was Tagovailoa's brother.
Yes,
Tulia. No, he started at Clemson, lost his job to Cade Klubnik, went to Oregon State last year.
College is crazy now.
Was
you
good at
attract everybody.
Was decent at Oregon State last year. Transferred to Florida State this year.
God, it's so nuts to follow these players around college.
I got you. I got you, brother.
I hear the name and I imagine them in like a yellow uniform. Now they're in a red uniform.
Ready? How about this name? Graham Mertz.
Is he still playing?
That's going to be your starter for Florida.
He was there last year.
He was there last year.
He did well
hurt.
last year.
He got hurt.
Oh,
he was up and down. He wasn't bad.
Oh.
He was up and down year. He was really, really bad at Wisconsin.
Florida, I think, is going to have a rough go at it at the SEC.
They have. Have you seen their schedule?
I haven't, but I can just imagine it's going to get tougher for teams like
Murderers
Florida.
Row, man.
Yeah, it just got instantly tougher.
Brutal. They have to come to Austin, which is awesome.
12 o'clock. 12 o'clock kill the players. Yeah. That's our strategy here. We kill people.
I'm still pissed about that Colorado State game. It's at 2:30 on the 31st of August.
Oh my God.
It's going to be 130 degrees.
That's when I break. End of August is when I break every year in Texas.
No, it's not.
That's the Saratoga trip when I just complain for an entire weekend to my friends up north about how hot it is down here.
It's going to be hot. So there's that. And then I think Miami's going to do pretty good.
Miami's forgotten about as far as
they
all the stuff that
though.
I hear. They don't come up.
They always are. I think they're going to be sneaky good.
Preseason ranked?
I'm not sure if they're preseason ranked. Let's see. Preseason ranking. AP, no.
Is
AP, no.
Florida?
No.
So all 3 big schools in Florida are not ranked.
Ranked.
Wow.
No team in Florida is ranked.
Holy shit.
None of them. On the coaches' side, either. Florida State is ranked. Florida State's ranked on both. AP top 10. They're number 6.
Oh, they are? I saw it wrong then.
They're in number 6 at AP top 10.
Well, okay.
No.
I thought they
were.
No,
that's the final rankings of last year. Okay?
Yeah, they got left out,
right? The preseason's not out yet.
Oh, it's not?
Not out yet.
Well, you mean the AP and the official.
You might have seen some way too early ranking or some shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They can't double disrespect them. They need to be in the top 15. That's even disrespectful. They should be in the top 10 because I don't think they lost everything.
No, but I don't.
Did they lose their quarterback?
They lost their quarterback. They lost their best
Jordan Travis.
Yeah, Keon Coleman's gone, and their best edge rushers, both of them are gone. Right, you reload.
Yeah,
for the most part, for those big teams,
it's a guessing game, anyways.
It is. All right, so here's your regular season schedule for the Florida Gators. This is brutal. They start with Miami. That's a brutal game.
Is that normal?
Game 1, Miami.
They've been doing that
on the 31st of August at 2:30 in the afternoon. Brutal. It's going to be hot in Florida.
Nice. There'll be a lot of fans at that one.
Then they have Samford, which is kind of cakewalk. But then they go Texas A&M, Mississippi State, UCF, who's
they're not bad.
Power 4 now.
Much as I hate to see it.
Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Florida State.
Yeah, dude, that's rough. Even your easy games are kind of like, shit, we better show up.
Samford's your easy game.
Hey, Stanford. Looking at you.
We need something to a cathartic feeling.
Wow. So give me, all right, that was Florida. So switch it up to the ACC. Give me Miami's schedule if you can.
Yeah, Miami's schedule.
What is the ACC schedule? That's interesting. I haven't looked at what a normal ACC schedule would be.
Okay, well, you have to factor in that Cal and Stanford are in the ACC now.
I forgot about that.
Yes. Okay, so...
Wow, that's weird.
Stanford
is weird.
Starts at Florida. Not Samford, but Stanford.
Yes, not Austin. Boston. Austin.
What movie was that?
Freddie
Road
got
Trip?
fingered.
No, it was Road Trip.
Yeah. Same guy, though. Jack.
Yes.
No, what was his name?
Yes, Austin, Massachusetts. Oh, Tom Green.
Tom Green.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
Sausage.
Okay. So, my God, man. So looking at Miami, so they start with Florida, obviously. We just talked about that. Then they have a pretty favorable schedule because they go Florida A&M, Ball State, South Florida.
See, they're doing it right.
Virginia Tech, Louisville, Florida State, Duke, who I'm excited to watch Duke because of Malik Murphy, right? Yeah. The transfer from Texas. He's going to start there. Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, Syracuse.
They got Malik Murphy. I forgot who he was for a moment. He's the 6'6" absolute lumberjack that's out there playing.
Cannon.
He's going to be great at Duke.
He's going to be very good at Duke.
I think that's a good fit for him.
That's why he went. And got a new coach, right? With Manny Diaz is running that program now.
Manny Diaz, fresh out of Penn State. I was fucking sad to see him go.
But you knew he was going to get another.
I knew he was going to go, but I just wanted it to be one more so he get a chance.
He struggled so much at Miami. He struggled so much.
But he struggled at Miami. He got his redemption, sort of like getting back to his familiar role in a defensive coordinator at Penn State, and he just rocked it out of the park. They were amazing defense, and now he's getting another chance. You figure he's learned from his mistake. I'm really high on Manny this year. I think he's going to do good.
He's going to take a few years to get. Duke's one of those programs where you need a few years to build.
They've been up and up and up. They've been doing really
Mike
good.
Elko was there. He's a good coach. As much as I hate to say it, he's a good coach.
Well, at least the defense will be great. And Malik Murphy is a pretty good quarterback who can do a lot of stuff for you. I think, actually, he's a better passer than people even think. I was really impressed with him when I saw him. Yeah,
he's a very good passer. And it's so hard with the spotlight at Texas.
And you have
And you have Arch Manning behind you.
What are you going to do?
You have Quinn Ewers in front of you and Arch Manning behind you. What are you going to do? So he held his own too, and he has he's going to do very well at Duke.
I think I'm not a huge fan of the transfer, but I think in this situation it was good. Like made sense for everybody.
The only thing that pissed me off about it is that he had to declare to transfer early, so he wasn't part of the championship playoff. That whole thing was bullshit.
They forced the kid's hands in that.
They forced the kid's hands, bad. Right? Well, especially a quarterback.
That's bad.
Because you could wait for the second window to open, which is. Yeah, after the spring.
I saw they extended the window just recently, didn't they?
I'm not sure. I think they might have.
I think it's the transfer window. It's different. They backed it up an extra 2 weeks or something. That whole situation is fucked.
It is, and I felt so bad because he was part of the reason. I mean, Quinn Ewers got hurt last year, and Malik Murphy came in and won games for Texas.
Yeah,
and then he can't be part of the team that goes to play for the playoff. They didn't play for the Natty because
if they won it, he wouldn't get a ring.
I mean, I'm sure they would give him a ring.
Not off the books, but technically he wouldn't get it.
Technically he won it. Right. God, just kind of bullshit. That does suck. That sucks for the kids.
Yeah, yes.
And you're forcing them to make, that's a business decision.
All right, we covered college football.
Okay.
We're moving on to Florida for baseball. We got two teams in
Tampa
Florida.
And Miami.
Tampa
and
Miami.
It's bad. Tampa's bad. Miami's worse.
Miami's one of the worst teams in the league, right?
They might be the worst right now.
I think the White Sox are worst.
I don't know.
Oh no, there's a competition down there.
Yes, Colorado might be the dark horse worst team there. Colorado's really bad. Miami has only won 35. Okay, that's not bad. 35 and 64. I mean, it's bad. They are the second worst. Chicago's the worst. They've only won 27 games. God.
My God. What is this? We should do Chicago. I should have done Chicago the first day because there's a lot to talk about in Chicago.
Yes.
Not even a whole state. We'll just pinpoint a city.
Right. So baseball is not looking good for Florida. That's honestly all we could probably say.
Tampa Bay, though, is an average team. Like they're not
They
bad.
are. They are
I can't
average.
say they're bad.
They're bad for their own standards over the past 10 years.
But they've overperformed.
Absolutely.
So,
but for a decade, so as a fan,
and you could even argue right
it.
now, being in it with their payroll is kind of a win.
No, I'm not saying that they're not. I'm disappointed about it.
Yeah.
But you know that these kind of seasons are, for the way that they play, they're going to be one-off seasons like this, where they have to kind of churn the roster. You have to get new bodies in there.
Yeah.
Plus the whole
Tampa
Wander
does it every year.
Yeah, but the Wander Franco thing, they took a leap and gave him a huge contract. They gave him 150.
How did that all work? So he gets in trouble. Does it null the contract
It has to.
after conviction?
Yes. So I think they were paying him, but I think he was on the.
Well, I think it was a suspended
without pay.
Right.
By the league,
but still under contract.
But under contract
until.
But I think that breaches
breaks.
contract.
Yeah, because that looks bad on the
and
team.
And the convention
or something.
did just happen.
Okay. Yeah, I think we talked about that recently. Maybe last time I was on. So man, he really fucked up.
Yeah.
Like there's been
That's gross. And like
bad.
It's gross.
It's bad. It's a bad choice. It's like honestly, my brain can't comprehend it.
No.
There's a lot of things you can get in trouble for when you're on the top by, partying too much, like doing stuff in excess, but that is baked in a person. Like that's
100%.
That's a character flaw.
Yes, absolutely. And how it was never caught to the point where they gave him a $150-some million contract is crazy too.
Right.
But he was generational. I mean, his talent was unbelievable. But now Tampa's kind of reeling from that because they had to keep him on the payrolls. Yeah. So they can't really pay other people.
But the money's opened up now.
It is opening up now, but they're about to build a new stadium. So it's going to be tight for a few years. Once the new stadium comes up, I'm sure they'll spend a little bit on a roster to unveil a new stadium.
Remind me real quick, the Wander Franco thing, was that happening in Tampa?
No, in the Dominican Republic.
It was in the off season.
Yeah, and he was sending money to the parents.
Oh, wow. Was she pregnant?
I don't think so.
Wow. Okay, that's different. I thought it was in Tampa.
No, it was in the Dominican Republic. Not that one is worse
than the other, but it's, wow.
Yeah, it's just a bad scene, man. It's tough to get past.
God.
It makes all those poor people that were trying to sell his cards. Overnight, they went from $300 baseball cards to 5-cent baseball cards.
Superfractor, $12.
Yes, like
one of one.
Less than $12. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
Yep. All right. What's the next sport?
Well, I would bring up like hockey. I don't think we know enough about hockey.
Yeah,
Tampa.
Really Stamkos left Tampa, which is big.
There's 2 hockey teams in Tampa, right?
No, there's 2 Florida teams. There's Panthers, who just
Tampa
won.
Lightning, and the Panthers.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
And Jack. Where are they?
They're down south. They're in Lauderdale.
Okay, Fort Lauderdale, but not Miami.
Right.
Technically, it's Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, and they just won the Stanley Cup. So
they're great. Good. Which is weird. They've been good for a long time,
and so is Tampa.
It's strange.
Actually, Tampa's been good for a long time.
Is it just the
Florida
culture gets these hockey players to buy in? Like it's weird. Yeah, we're in Florida. It's weird, but we got this crazy culture thing.
It might be that, but it's also the.
Do they hire some amazing coach?
I mean, smart back office. Those guys that most of the guys that are on the teams are not from Florida.
That's the weird part.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the very weird part about hockey being in America is that 80% of the rosters are not from America.
No. What I mean, baseball.
But they don't understand that Florida. They understand it. That's stupid of me to say, but like Florida's not a fucking hockey state.
No, it's not.
So they're coming from wherever the hell they're coming from, and then going to Florida, and they can still produce. That's pretty impressive.
They produce and then get to go to the beach after.
Yeah, they go produce on the ice and then go to the beach. But you would figure that would be a detriment. That would pull back because it's not what players are used to. They're used to being cold all the fucking time.
Right, but if you're happy, you're playing better. There's a give
But
and
if
take.
you're Wander Franco, you're
too
happy.
He was way too happy. Way too happy.
There it is for athletes, so you've got to be real careful on. You want to keep them in their little comfort zone.
Yeah.
Keep them happy, but not take them completely out of it. And you figure bringing them from, Canada to Florida would be pretty tough.
For sure.
But they have a culture of success, so it's probably just year after year.
The Lightning have always had a culture of success. They've been
Panthers
good
been good too. They've been pretty good lately.
Yep. Yeah. If we talk NFL, both teams
NFL would be the last probably.
Well, basketball.
I don't know enough
Miami's
about Magic.
pretty good, but Magic are just...
Miami seems weird. It seems like a weird... Ever since LeBron left, it's a weird team.
Well, Jimmy Butler is there. I
love Jimmy Butler. I love his commercials.
Me too.
He's great at commercials.
I like him as he's a good basketball player.
He's a good basketball player, but
cool commercials.
I love his Bad Boys commercial with Will Smith, and they're so good.
It's weird. All right.
It adds.
That's how much you know. I see.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, for basketball, I actually love basketball now. I'm going to come out and say that I'm a basketball fan, and yes, I deal with all the flops and the floops and all the bullshit you got.
I like soccer, so
it's kind of the same. It's kind of I love soccer, but I just don't watch it. Every Saturday, it's like 10 a.m. They got the Premier League on. I don't watch it. It's just I don't know why I don't. I'm just not in. Yeah, I'll watch game day in the fall.
Yeah, because it's college.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry, that's our first tour. We don't got to do any other cities. No,
NFL. I mean,
we didn't.
But the NFL. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence just got fucking paid.
He just signed a contract.
$55 million a year.
How many years?
I think it's
$55 million a year.
A year,
guaranteed.
That's the going rate of.
Wow.
That's the going rate of NFL quarterbacks.
NFL went up.
Yes.
Jesus.
NFL quarterbacks are making that much money. But I mean, you got to say that Miami's going to be good with Tua and Tyreek down there.
Can they get over the hump?
That's the problem. Can they get over the hump?
Can they become? It's like James Franklin. Penn State. We're good. We need to be elite. It's like you got to. They're in the mix now. Like they're not a terrible team anymore.
Right.
Can they? I think they made the playoffs the past couple of years, right? And they lost in the first round.
They have made.
I think that's what it's been. I might be wrong on that, but
yeah.
So they've gotten there, but there's a clear difference between getting there and winning.
Yeah, and then Jack's kind of shit the bed last year, but the year before they were good in the playoffs. They're a hard team to read, just because it's Jacksonville. So the first thing you think is, man, they're going to be bad.
It's just a boring team.
Well, they're more fun now. They have good wide receivers. They have a good quarterback. They have a good offensive line. They have to just put it together. We'll see.
Jacksonville. Man, if Jacksonville won the Super Bowl, I'd be it's terrible.
Why? That'd be great. I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars fan.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're a Jaguars fan?
Yes, I went. That's the only pro football game I've ever been to.
Wow. I don't like their logo. There's something about that team. It just feels like inferior.
Well, they think you're inferior.
I want to see the Bears win. I want to see the Browns win.
Fuck that. I don't want to see the Bears win. I do.
They never win.
Yeah, but I just don't want to hear Caleb Williams any more than we have to.
That's actually true. I don't want to see Caleb. I actually don't want to see Caleb Williams do good.
That's the Bears, my friend.
Yeah. Okay. So the Bears move in the past.
Beep.
Give me a 4-year span.
I just fucking hate Caleb Williams. I would love to see the Bills do good.
The Bills have been good.
I mean, win the Super Bowl.
To win the Super Bowl. Yeah, they've been in content. They've had a good enough team to win it. They just haven't won.
Yeah.
But they've been in the mix. It's so fun to watch them in the snow games in the playoffs.
Or I would love to see Minnesota
shout out to
win.
Max and Marcella up there in Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I don't know if they listen, but
if they do, shout out to Max.
Yeah, shout out.
What were you saying about Caleb? You hate him?
I fucking hate that guy.
It's just his smug face.
I've been on so many teams with players exactly like him, and they're worthless pieces of shit, dude. It's my honest opinion. I've been. It's tangible when you're on a team.
Tell us how you really feel.
He's gonna if he carries over that same mentality from college to pro ball, it's going to be like oil and water.
Yeah, he's gonna get eaten alive.
None of the veterans. He may do well, but none of the veterans are gonna play for him. None of the people who are pretty established for a couple years are gonna buy into what he's saying because they will not like him. The new guys may be fresh into the league. They'll do whatever you tell them to do. But these guys who've been there for more than 2 years are just not going to get on that page with him at all.
No.
And especially if they start losing and he starts moping around, he's done.
Yeah.
As far as the locker room goes.
He's done.
The locker room I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's done. He just kind of was a bit of a shithead. And it bothers me.
At USC.
Yeah. Well, he was a shithead at Oklahoma, too.
At Oklahoma, too, but... I mean, listen, he didn't win anything at USC.
Heisman.
I'm talking about on the field games.
Right. No.
He's an incredible athlete. I'm not taking that away from him. He's incredible. And he can do a lot on his own. He won't do that in the NFL. He'll do some on the NFL, but not to that level. And he's got to kind of find a way to marriage himself into sort of what Patrick Mahomes is now. To where you can scramble, but you're still getting it to your playmakers. Can you do that? I don't
Mahomes
know.
on a different fucking level.
Mahomes is on a... But the weird part about Mahomes is he doesn't. He tries less almost.
It's hard to watch him play because of that.
Well, he's doing what every coach wants a quarterback to do.
Yeah. But then his instincts kick in and he makes underhanded throws for 50 yards and shit. It's crazy.
But
he's so good.
You can say that these are like incredible throws, but if you actually break the play down, he's escaping pressure, he's getting to an open spot, and he's throwing it sidearm and shit. But he is actually throwing it to open windows, and he's in a safe, protected spot. So it's like you'll take that.
He's protecting himself.
Yes,
he's very good at protecting himself.
Yeah. You can't. They got to be the favorite to win, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
And it'll be a three-peat.
I'm excited to see Xavier Worthy in that.
I saw
offense.
that the other day. Yeah.
Oh my god, he is so fucking fast. If they just do those quick screens that team runs to Xavier Worthy, I'd love to watch that. But the problem with him is he's so slight. How many of those big hits can he take?
Yeah,
he's so small. He's under 200 pounds as a pro wide receiver. That's small.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Well, we got off the Florida topic, but I think that wraps it up for Florida.
Absolutely.
Sports. We can hit up another. We'll do a city next time. Maybe we can focus on one city, like a Chicago would be good.
Yeah, I understand the whole Florida thing though, because there's a lot of different.
It's just Florida's such a lot of different things. It's not a king of anything.
It's not.
I mean, it's a king of youth sports, but not at the highest level. It's been struggling.
High school football is really good in Florida.
Who's the best team in Florida? All sports combined. Who's it? It's got to be
the Panthers. It's got to be just the Panthers. Won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, it's got to be them. Besides them, though, I mean, who would be second? It would be, Miami basketball. Florida. I mean, you could say Florida State college football.
Oh, we didn't even think about Tampa Bay Buccaneers when we were talking about
the
football.
Bucs. Yeah, I forgot about them. I always just see
Baker Mayfield.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers should just have John Gruden's face as their logo now, with that snarl, his bitter beer face.
Bitter beer face. That's good.
That's my favorite and least favorite person.
All right. Hey, I will say this. There is football game in 2 weeks.
Yes.
August 1st.
It's preseason NFL?
Hall of Fame game is August 1st, my friend.
I never watch it, but I get excited because it's football season.
Yeah, it's back.
How many days? Wait, when does Texas kick off? Probably
31st of August.
Days?
31st of August. So
40 something.
We're recording on the 22nd, so it's a little over a month.
God, we're right in it.
We're there. All of the preseason things are coming out now for college football. Georgia's going to be really fucking good. But they have a gauntlet. They have a gauntlet too. Have you seen their schedule?
I think we talked about it last time, but I don't remember.
It's brutal.
So they're going to get quite a change.
Yeah.
They still get Alabama every year. Is that going to be their natural rival?
No, they're natural rivals. Yeah, they're doing natural rivals, but their natural rival is
Ole Miss?
Is Florida.
Florida, Georgia. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Cocktail game.
It really should be the Iron Bowl. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No. It should be Georgia, Alabama.
But that's a new.
That's just in terms of the most impact on college football.
Right, that's a newer thing, though. That's not necessarily always been a natural rivalry because they've been in separate divisions, right? Because Alabama's in the West and Georgia's in the East.
But they would play each other every year.
They don't play each other.
They didn't play each other every year?
No.
Oh, I thought they did.
No.
Oh, no. I'm an idiot. I'm thinking of Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn.
Because I said Iron Bowl.
Yeah, that's the Iron Bowl.
The whole time I was thinking about Auburn.
Well, that was a dumb mistake from you.
Georgia, I don't want to see them do very well this year. I'm kind of ready for them to take a little stumble.
Georgia has a run of games that are brutal. They start SEC play with Kentucky, which Kentucky is good, but not like world beaters, but they're good. They will get somebody this year.
Oh, they're going to get a lot of people. They'll be. I probably have them in like an 8-win season.
Yeah. So you got Kentucky, then Alabama, then Auburn, then Mississippi State. Then you get Texas, Florida, Ole Miss, Tennessee. Brutal.
Yeah, so SEC's rough.
Brutal. You could be the best team in the nation, but you get some knocks during that run, you're going to lose one of those games.
Wait, what team can really pick them off, though?
Texas.
Mississippi State's not knocking them off.
Texas can get them.
Texas can get them.
Florida is a rivalry game that can always rivalry.
They're a step up from Florida.
Texas,
no, Texas,
Georgia,
and Georgia are.
Yeah, I mean their consensus right now is top five, both top 5 teams. Ole Miss can get them. Ole Miss is going to be pretty good. Tennessee could get them.
Think Ole Miss is going to be good?
I do.
They run, what kind of offense they running now? Like an air raid sort of thing?
It's that classic Lane Kiffin offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Lane Kiffin.
Gouge and pass, man.
What was his nickname? He was Johnny
John
Sweetwater? No, Johnny Applewater. Johnny.
I don't know what the hell you're saying, but I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name that he gave himself, but it was pretty hilarious.
It was like Johnny Sweetwater that he was hitting on all the college co-eds, as Musburger used to say.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I think it was like a dating profile he had. Johnny, look it up, please.
I'm looking up Lane Kiffin persona. Hey, speaking of
Highwater.
Speaking of Lane Kiffin, did you see him? He sat down with Feinbaum. Feinbaum had him on.
No.
And eviscerated Feinbaum.
Oh, good.
Oh, my God.
I love it. Lane just went up another notch in my book.
Him. It was
that ghoul needs to go away.
It was cringy to watch, but Kiffin did not back
SEC
down.
days?
Yeah, it was at the SEC days. They have it. You can watch it
Feinbaum
out there.
Balls deep on Alabama.
He always is. Everybody is right now because they're recruiting.
Yeah, they're
really well.
Yeah, you can't count them out.
No,
for sure. But the bias on them is insane.
Well, I think a little less now that Saban's not there.
I thought it would be more backing off. I think they're equal amount.
No. I don't think.
At least as far Feinbaum is.
Feinbaum always will be.
Feinbaum is.
But you know who a really good barometer for that is Greg McElroy.
Yeah, he's pretty good,
and he is very fair. When he talks about him, and he is backed off. He's the one that's saying, you guys.
But he's probably thinking
they're
a
going to
10-win
be good.
season.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, playoff.
I think they're 10.5. No, I think it was 9.5 is over for the season for them.
Joey Freshwater.
Joey Freshwater.
Lane Kiffin denies using Joey Freshwater alias.
God, it's so good. Joey Freshwater.
It's so stupid.
He was probably lighting those ladies up with Joey Freshwater. Oh my God!
What's your just a quick hitter? What's your thoughts on the Big Ten this year?
Yeah, the Big Ten is interesting. I honestly don't really know what to think. The closer we get, the more I'm confused about how it's going to go because I think these additions is such a disruption to the entire league. You look at it from a face value. You say USC, UCLA, Washington, Oregon coming in. Good teams coming in who are a definite step up from Illinois, Indiana, Rutgers. Rutgers actually been pretty decent, but
they are a step up from that. But like USC is not going to be great this year.
Well, okay, so that's where I'm at. Is USC just going to? I think they're going to go one of two ways. They're either going to do their normal super offense, terrible defense thing and have like some success and just ride it out and never be great in the Big Ten because I don't think you can sustain that and be great.
Right.
Or are they going to realize after 1 to 2 years that they can't get over the hump in the Big Ten doing that? And now we have to reformulate our whole offense sort of scheme or our whole team and try to be more Big Ten. The question is, do you think these teams coming from the West are going to acclimate to the Big Ten or will the Big Ten acclimate to them? And that I don't know.
I think the teams have to acclimate to the travel schedule.
But you're really only getting one travel game.
Well, okay.
Out to the West Coast. Maybe
you are. No, I'm talking about the West Coast teams. I think they're going to struggle because of how much they travel.
Right.
Now, they have big-ass personal
But they're leaving several
planes.
days in
Yeah,
advance.
I get that, but, I mean, it's still... You've been on long flights.
Where does USC play? Typical schedule for USC. They're going to Oregon. They're going to Washington.
Oregon. They're going to go to South Bend, Indiana.
They go to Stanford, probably. Right? Not a big stadium.
Because Notre Dame's a huge rivalry for them, so they're going to go to South Bend. So they might be a little more used to traveling.
I think UCLA is going to have a rough go at it.
UCLA will. So here's... USC has to go to LSU. Oh, no, that's a neutral site. So they start the season with LSU. They have to go to Michigan, to Minnesota, to Maryland. That's a long-ass flight. To Washington, easy. To UCLA. Okay, so Penn State is there.
Yeah, I think they go there.
Wisconsin is there. So, like, they got some of the heavy hitters on the road.
That's
like
UCLA
Michigan,
or USC schedule?
That's USC schedule.
There's such a mystery to me. I think they... What do I think? They're either going to come out and compete. All right, here's my take. They're going to compete and be in the mix or get fucking demolished.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to win it.
Their defense is not going to be
They're
good.
not going to win it. They're either going to they're going to do kind of what they did the past couple years where their offense is so good because the offense in the Big Ten is gettable. If you can throw the ball, it's gettable. You can beat some defenses. But can you stop the run in the late to third to fourth? And that's where USC, I don't think they can right now. And I'm telling you, man, the Big Ten, they will just completely take advantage of you in that aspect.
My God.
They'll run off 9 minutes per drive and score a touchdown at the end of it.
I'm looking at UCLA's schedule now.
They got it rough. I think they're going to have a hard first year.
How the hell, if you're that school, is it a home and home with Hawaii? They're going to Hawaii this year.
Yeah.
Why would you schedule that a home and home?
Probably because they want to steal some Hawaiian recruits.
You're traveling to Hawaii. UCLA has to go to Hawaii, to LSU.
Back-to-back weeks?
No. They have Indiana.
You see? They're going to go... you're going to go to fucking Indiana.
No. Indiana home game. UCLA home game. So they're at Hawaii, then home against Indiana, then at LSU.
Okay.
Home against Oregon. At Penn State. Home against Minnesota. At Rutgers. Long travel. At Nebraska. Home against Iowa. At Washington. Home against USC, and then home against Fresno State.
I see some challenges there. I mean, you're going to go play in the Midwest against Nebraska. UCLA is not a great team. That's a bad setup. That's a bad setup for UCLA because this is not the fucking West Coast at Nebraska.
No, not at all. It's
very different.
It's cold.
It's cold.
And it's smash mouth. It's going to be churn and churn and churn until you're tired.
That's their game.
Yep.
It's going to be their game forever.
I feel bad for those teams because they've been in the Pac-12, man. It's a high-flying...
Right.
There is a run game.
That's the question about UC. It's like you've built so much. You've recruited all these players for offensive explosion and just points. And you say they're going to score 35, we're going to score 45 and win.
I do think...
It does not fly in the Big Ten like that. It just won't. It's not successful.
No. Ooh, thunder. Thunder out. I do see like Oregon, I feel like they're going to be very good because Dan Lanning they have built that roster very much like
extremely nervous of them.
They're very good.
Penn State doesn't play them, but I think they're the front runner ahead of Ohio State in the Big Ten this year.
It's the pure talent on Ohio State's roster makes me feel like it's got to be Ohio. You have to pick Ohio State first.
Ohio State is different in the regular season than it is in the postseason.
That's true. But if we're going off of preseason, so we're going off of
where do they play them?
Stats and talent.
They play them in Oregon?
In Oregon.
I would give the slight edge to Oregon.
It's going to be a really good game.
Without ever seeing any of these teams play.
They have to go so Oregon goes to Michigan, to Wisconsin at like late November. That's brutal.
Do they have to go and play in Iowa?
They have to play. They don't have Iowa this year.
That's a game that no matter how
nobody
good you are,
wants
it's
to go play that.
It's like playing in mud.
All right, let's see who has to play Iowa at home this year.
Does Iowa get more than 4 wins this year?
Probably.
Dude, I think this is the year they get exposed.
They're just going to churn it out like always. They're going to have amazing linebackers and a horrible.
Well, they fired the son finally.
Yeah. So home games for Iowa are none of the big boys. Washington.
Of course. I always get some favorable.
They got Iowa State at home. They got Troy at home. No, they have to go to Ohio State. They have to go to Maryland.
They're not playing at their place. Yeah.
Right. They're at UCLA. They're at Michigan State.
UCLA's in the Rose Bowl.
I got to be honest with you. Iowa's schedule is not that tough.
That's what I'm saying. They've been in the West forever, basking in the glory of one of the easiest sides of a conference you could ever imagine.
I mean, they have a pretty tough run. Ohio State, Washington, Michigan State, and then Northwestern.
So this year, I think they're going to do fine, but I think there's going to be years when it just gets stuffed down to the bottom because they just won't. If the year comes across where they get Penn State, Michigan, Oregon, and Washington, they're going to just get stuffed down.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how some of those those teams in the West that are like every 4 years they're dominant type of teams. Iowa's been
How good are they?
right, like Northwestern,
a Wisconsin.
like Northwestern,
Like a Northwestern every now and then.
like a Minnesota every now and then.
Yep. I was actually going to bring this up. I think you said one of those teams is traveling to Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Minnesota's I wouldn't say they're on the up and up, but they're better and better and better each year. And that is not an easy game to go in and win. Because they do play a really sound game.
Later in the year, like Penn State's there.
I know, and
Penn
every
State's
year
in Minnesota.
we beat Michigan or Minnesota every year almost.
Yeah.
It's just like, but when they're playing, it's like, oh my God, I'm never comfortable against Michigan because they have or Minnesota. Sorry,
It's gonna be
Michigan.
cold as shit there too.
Cold as shit, dude.
They play on the 23rd of November.
They still have the row the boat guy, right?
Yep.
Forgot his name.
PJ Fleck.
PJ Fleck.
He's good coach.
He's been there a while.
Very good coach.
Has he put up the numbers? I think he's kind of
for Minnesota. Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
I think just the way I talked about them and saying like upside, that enough is an accomplishment at Minnesota.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know that's like a little carrot to throw.
Absolutely. But you do see those. I am interested because there was down years from the big teams in the Big 12 where these other like Wisconsin or Wisconsin you got to put up there as a big team. They're just down. But like Nebraska, is Nebraska ever going to get out of this funk? I think Nebraska's
going to have a great year.
I do too. I think Dylan Raiola is a great quarterback.
This is their year, and I'm not saying they win the Natty. I'm just saying this is their year when all the fans
to make a step
after the season can look back and say, we have a good team.
Yeah.
We can take that final. Now we just got to get over that final hump. But I don't think they're going to be a 5-6 team anymore or 5 whatever.
No,
I think they're really going to be putting teams on notice.
Matt Rule's too good of a coach.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
He's too good of a coach for them to shit the bed. So I guess I wouldn't put them on the list, but like Purdue every once in a while will come up and get people. Or
it's teams like Purdue that are, I think,
Illinois,
the worst of the.
Yeah, they're going to get crushed because the bigger teams,
Illinois,
when
Maryland,
when Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State have off years, Oregon, Washington, and UCLA, USC are going to be amazing. Mm-hmm. So that's like it's going to have to be. You better get some fucking money in there and get some big names to start.
The best part about a team like Maryland is they score real fast at the early part of the game. They just air raid you out, and I don't know if they're going to change. That could work, but you got to have the defense to kind of carry you. And can they do it? Who knows?
We'll see. So I think a Big Ten. I'm very interested to watch how the Big Ten plays out because I think like SEC, yes, there's a lot of really good teams, but I think it's clear cut who the top level of that
is. SEC. Yeah,
Texas, Alabama, Georgia. That's your top. That's the top of the SEC.
The difference between the Big Ten and the SEC right now, the Big Two, we'll call them, I guess, is the SEC has a better mid. I feel like they have more teams.
They do, but the parity's higher in the Big Ten.
I think there's a worse bottom end in the Big Ten. I think the middle and the bottom separates itself between the SEC and the Big Ten.
So let's say who do you think the worst team Big Ten is? Probably Northwestern this year. Probably Northwestern this year.
I'll just give you a bucket. I think Maryland's going to suffer a lot. I think they're really going to struggle. I don't know what their schedule is. I don't care. I think they're going to struggle. I think Indiana, Illinois, and Northwestern are going to be the bottom of the bunch.
Okay. If we look at the bottom of I just lost my spot. If we look at the bottom of the SEC,
Vanderbilt,
which it's Vanderbilt. Bottom of the SEC.
Then who else you got? I mean, because you got to question kind of everybody else,
right? So Vanderbilt, South Carolina.
Yeah, I would say they're going to be kind of bad.
Mississippi State's not going to be great.
Yeah,
but they can get people. So I can see what you're saying. I would agree with you. Now that I'm looking at the teams, the list of teams,
there's just more teams.
I think Arkansas is going to struggle this year.
Yeah, they would be a team that is going to take a drop.
Bobby Petrino as their OC is a bad choice.
Yeah,
Missouri's going to get people. They're going to be good this year.
Do you have them as high as people are saying?
Yes.
This is the most preseason hype I've seen from Missouri in a long time.
I just think Drinkwitz is too good of a coach.
The offense is what everybody's saying.
Goddamn good.
The offense, is it? They're just going to be all offense and defense, or is it a complete team?
They're
preseason ranked, I think.
Last year they were pretty complete.
I know NCAA 25 has them pretty high. They have the offense as like one of the best offenses in the game.
It's a very good offense,
if not the best.
But you got to go against an SEC defense every week.
Yeah,
that's tough. That's why you see these offenses explode when they go play other teams because they're used to getting their Like
where you go 5, you go 15.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The offensive line push in the SEC is unbelievable. But you're starting to see that in the Big Ten now too. The trenches are way bigger now than they were 5 years ago. Like the offensive line in the Big Ten's huge.
I know,
now.
And that's what I like. My fear
That's
a little
SEC
bit.
style.
My fear a little bit is that with the addition of more offense, it gets leaner, and then we turn into a more pro style league, which wouldn't be as fun to watch.
I think it's pro style already though. I think SEC and them are both pretty pro style. I mean,
it's as pro as you could get in college.
In college, yeah. So yes, I agree. The bottom end, the mid, you could probably argue mid tier for both conferences.
I don't think a mid team is going to take it for either league.
No,
but they might end up with 10 wins out of nowhere.
Right, you put a Wisconsin against like Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I
think Oklahoma would be better.
Okay, what about LSU?
Yeah, who would be the LSU equivalent in the Big Ten? I mean, a good team could win it.
You're going to hate this, but you know who I'm going to say?
Okay, I have my pick.
Penn State.
I would have Washington, which I have Penn State and Washington kind of on the same level.
Honestly, Penn State and LSU feel very, very older coaches that have been around that need to prove. Teams that have knocked on the door. Well, I guess Joe Burrow just won but that wasn't that team
that was
19
a few years now.
2019. Yeah. But that's like that year was kind of an anomaly in their track.
Does James Franklin leave if he doesn't make the playoffs?
I think
12-team playoffs.
I think he gets forced out if he doesn't.
I think so too. Penn State isn't a school that would force anybody. I think they're happy with the academic numbers, and Penn State is winning 10 games a year. I don't think that's their ultimate goal to only be a winning football team.
No.
So I think it would really it would come down to whether James Franklin wanted to stay or not.
I think he would leave.
I think he would leave too.
I think why would you?
And honestly, if he doesn't make the playoffs, I want him out.
Money.
As a fan, I want him out. But who would you get? He's a good coach.
There's so many good coaches out there.
Better recruiter than James Franklin.
Hey, but you can recruit, but do you develop it?
No, he doesn't do fucking
anything.
Right,
that's what Herman did at Texas. Herman had top 5 classes.
Yeah, they pretty much just stayed the same.
They won 5 games a year.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was really bad.
That was real bad.
It's so nice to be back out of that horrible dip. But I mean, that's not very far away. It's only been 3 years.
That's the downside of playing in a great league is that year is 3 plays away. Yeah. Like you can't afford many mistakes.
No, but with the new expanded playoff, you'd have more wiggle.
You get more wiggle in terms of losses, but each game is going to just be so competitive. It's going to be, I think this is going to be one of the more fun, especially with the 12-team playoffs now. It's going to be a really fun fan perspective season because your team loses. Finally, you can say, I don't give a shit. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
They lost one.
But I don't know. I don't know if I can say give a shit because
I will be fine if they lose to Ohio State. I'll be like, that's no problem.
Okay, that's one thing. But if Texas won only 8 games but beat A&M and Oklahoma.
Oh, that's a good question. Is that a good year?
Is that a good year?
No.
Not in Texas standards terms, now. No.
But it would be.
It
should be.
Like James Franklin would get pat on the back if he had a 8-win season, but he beat Michigan and Ohio State. Everybody would say, man, amazing job.
Well, this year it's just Ohio State.
He's
going to lose.
Yeah, it's at Ohio State.
We'll lose. As usual, we'll go up 14 and then lose.
It's going to be a tough game.
So we've beaten the hell out of college football here.
Yes. It's just so much fun. It's here.
I know. I get so excited. I was just watching like the SEC days and I was like, good God. And then I got an email from Penn State saying it's like 51 days till kick. And I was like, you better fucking believe it is.
We're here, baby.
It's just because I know not only is college football right around the corner, the weather change is finally around the corner here in Austin. It's like so much excitement, barbecuing, food, getting together with people, holidays, football. It's like everything.
Yeah. And for me, I mean, Premier League soccer starts really soon, which is that you watch that at 6 a.m. and then go into game day and then go into the games, which I'm looking forward to. NFL is about to be back. It's always fun to kind of watch fan bases in the NFL.
So is Saban on game day now?
Yeah.
So it's going to be, is Lee Corso gone?
I think he's gone.
Yeah, I think he's gone too. I think he might be like a celebrity appearance type guy.
Yeah, he might be on and off.
Yeah.
So it'll be McAfee, Saban, Herb Street, Fowler, Desmond.
It's not bad. I'm fine with that.
Or not Fowler. It's the other guy.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought it was Fowler, no?
Fowler does the play-by-play with...
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
I know
Reese
his name.
Reese Davis. It's Reese Davis.
Over under on the year. Hot pick here. How many College Game Day people make the field goal? Plus or minus 1 or 2? No,
Plus or minus 2?
Well, we go 1.5. Plus or minus 1.5.
Okay. Hey, they got to do it again this year.
Oh, they're going to do it. That was so popular. That was
Okay.
one of my favorite parts of College Game Day.
Maybe. Over under 2?
1.5. So
Over under 1.5.
1.5.
Under.
Do you think it's going to be 1 or less?
Yes.
People have been practicing.
Did you watch them?
Yeah.
People got hit in the face constantly.
I can't kick a field goal.
No.
I know I can. I'm not even going to try and act like I can.
Less. Wait, it's less.
I'd probably take a divot worse than I do in golf.
Yep. Yep. My back would destroy itself again. I wouldn't be able to walk.
Oh my God.
So that's where I'm at with it. All right, sir.
Well, here, let's talk shit about our father real quick. Let's see what he's got. He's in England right now. Where is he?
Right now he's in Ireland.
Ireland. Is he going, oi, 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 oi,
Oh,
oi?
you know he is.
What is he eating right now?
It's
Hot
just
dogs.
whatever tubular meats they have in Ireland.
Sir, do you have tubular meats?
Do you have a nice bangers and mash?
More bangers, please. No mash. All bangers. 86
Love
to
a
mash.
good banger. Bunk's popping
loving
bangers.
It. He's probably loving it. I saw he had his first Guinness from an Irish pub in Ireland.
He looks like he's having fun. Much more fun than we have, I guess. I don't know. I'm having fun.
Over under Bunk. He's been there he'll be there in a total for 3 weeks,
3
right?
weeks.
Did he wear underwear more than 2 days?
I'm going to say yes because it was cold.
He was on a mountain one time.
He had underwear on then. He
Oh, he
just
did?
didn't have pants on. It was negative degrees and he was in shorts. Gym shorts.
I don't think he can do it. I think he only owns one pair of underwear, so
Okay.
I'm going to say
Okay.
he's under.
Okay. Over under. Here's this one's for you. So that one was for me. Over
I
under.
got to ask him next.
Over under 3 pairs of socks worn.
Oh, God. 0. I bet he didn't even pack socks. I bet he didn't. He probably packed 1 pair of hiking socks and never wore them. You know it.
I do know this.
He's got his Brooks running shoes, no socks. Gym shorts, no underwear.
Man, really painting a picture here.
Letting all the world know what America's
All right.
like.
All right. 3 days, 21. So 3 weeks, 21 days. Out of the 21 days, how many days were long pants worn?
Ooh. I'm going to go high number here. I'm going to go 14 days.
Okay. But
That's high.
Are they stretchy long pants or are they regular?
I'm going to say it's the same pair of pants. The exact same pair, whatever pair he has.
He's not even here to defend himself.
I know, that's why
He's crushing him here.
Afterwards, we'll get the numbers next week if we're right or not. We have to remember what we guessed. Over, under.
Oh my God,
Over, under.
4.
How many sausages has he eaten? 10?
Oh, way over.
9.5 is the over, under.
Oh, it's way over.
A lot of bangers.
His pontoon is 4. His pontoon is 4 hot dogs. That's 2. 10 is 3 days.
We got to remember our numbers when he gets back. He's got a lot to talk about.
He's gonna be pissed at us, and I love it. I can't wait. Over under.
Over, under. How many more bets do we have?
Over under. Over under. Diet Pepsi's consumed.
I don't think they have those. The
Well, that's what I'm
European mind
I'm
can't
just saying.
comprehend Dad's Diet
Okay.
Pepsi intake.
Diet / Pepsi Zero. We're gonna lump them together.
One does not simply go to Europe.
I'm gonna
Not
say
have
15 is the number.
diet sodas. Well, he has the Soda Stream here, right? So he's still on the game. He's still in the game.
He is deep in the game.
He's deep in the game. What was your number?
15.
Oh my God.
All right, 14 and a half. Over under.
I'm going to say 5.
Okay, so you're saying under.
I'm saying under, yeah.
I'm saying under too because of sheer sourcing.
Yeah,
He's the most
that's why I went under.
It has to be in a certain bottle.
Right.
It makes no sense. Oh, it doesn't taste. It tastes different out of this bottle than this bottle.
He's pickier than my cat shitting in the litter box. It's got to be a perfect plastic bottle. It has to be exactly 80 degrees. Exactly.
The carbonation has to be extra bubbly.
He needs a 90% nitrate dog to go with it.
Oh my God. We're bashing it.
I know.
Right
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Bunk, we're sorry. Hopefully everybody laughed a little bit with us, but we're sorry. You can come defend us. We'll give you 20 straight minutes to lay into us when we get back.
Yes, we'll set the stage, music and everything.
Yes.
He'll probably be listening to this like on the plane or something. They're coming back in a few days.
All right. Hey, big, I know we're running a little long, but the Olympics are coming up, so I'm excited to talk about those starting next week.
Me
Opening day is Friday.
So my daughter does gymnastics and like some pretty serious, more on the serious level gymnastics, and they have a big event on this coming Friday for I think it's the opening ceremonies is this Friday.
Yeah.
And then I think the gymnastics starts like right away. It's my favorite of summer Olympics, even when I was a kid, just watching the gymnastics because it looks so ridiculous. So I'm going to be balls deep in watching gymnastics for the Olympics.
There's a lot of really cool storylines after watching that Netflix special Sprint.
I didn't see that.
It's good. It's about all the world sprinters.
Oh, it's about the track and field.
Yeah, the rivalry between Jamaica and U.S. is going to be fun to watch.
Oh, that's cool.
For the sprinters.
For like the 100 or the
100,
relay,
200, and relay.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
Jamaica's the king of that.
Well, not lately.
It's true.
Not lately.
Oh, for the women's, yeah.
I don't know the men's.
Oh, the men's. We got a one up on the men's. I thought we were behind the game.
No,
who's our men's runner? I haven't heard.
His last name's Noel.
Oh.
He's really good. Watch that documentary.
Yeah, I will.
It's really good.
It's on Netflix. I'll watch
that.
Yeah,
he's really good. He's runs very fast.
That's crazy. Those guys are crazy.
Yes.
They run so fucking fast. I mean, how many miles an hour do you think they're actually? Like 20 miles an hour or something like that?
It's up there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more than that because Tyreek Hill breaks 20 when he's running.
Greg, Big G, last time was saying if you put Tyreek Hill on the USA team, that would result in you losing every time. It's like he would get pummeled.
Yeah, he was saying that he would win. And that's just
He wouldn't even
true.
be the fastest on the field.
No. So let's see. So let's say fastest sprinter right now. And let's see how fast he goes. Usain Bolt was the fastest.
Is he in it this year?
No, he's too old.
How old is he? He's 30s.
Usain Bolt? He's got to be in his 40s now.
Really?
He's got to be in his 30s.
I was thinking he was kind of the same
now.
age as me, like upper 30s.
Let's see. Usain Bolt is 37.
Yeah.
Oh. There's an American guy. He's very fast. And he's running he was trying to run a 9, I think it was like a 9.6. That's unbelievable.
That is crazy.
Yeah. That's
the start's everything for them, right?
Like, yes.
Right, yeah.
That's it, because they're all about the same foot speed. So yeah.
I also like watching the hurdles because I love watching the sports I know I can't do. Hurdles I can't do. There's no matter how much I practice, I can't do that. So watching these guys just jump, it's incredible.
Yeah, they're good.
And the shot put, I'm excited for the Olympics. I'm a big Olympics fan.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. Oh, here's his name, Noah Lyles. Noah Lyles is the fastest man right now,
in the
U.S.
world?
wise. Oh, yeah, well, the World Championships, he swept the 100 and 200. So
wow,
God,
that's insane.
Technically, I guess the fastest, but that is fast. That's very fast.
So fast.
Yeah. Unbelievable. But so that's coming up. That'll be fun. And we'll talk a little bit about that next week. Mid-G, I don't know if you'll be with us next week, so I'd love to give you the floor. Anything you'd like parting words for our fans?
No, I didn't win today in golf. I'm going to reflect here for a moment on the links.
You've got 2 minutes.
I got 2 minutes. No rush. We're going to take our time on this one.
I hear them leaving as we talk.
That's okay. Our 7 listeners, 5 of them left. Just us and 2 people. Our dad is one of them.
Yeah, and Suburban Burn Luke
Jason.
is definitely the other.
Yeah.
Jason's
It was a
definitely
good day
one.
on the links. It was nice to beat Luke. It was a really good day out there to beat Luke.
How brutal.
Well, I have to let him know. I'm not gonna pour it on because we all played so fucking bad. It was embarrassing. Like we all played
I'm
bad.
not mad about my score.
Well,
I
you
couldn't
won.
swing.
You shot an 87. You shouldn't be happy about that.
My back, my lower half wasn't moving.
He wore a girdle. It
brace.
was a corset out there. I had to tighten him up.
Get a
I had to
slim
adjust
my
him on
figure.
the sixth.
You didn't have to adjust
I had to
shit.
tighten him up.
You didn't have to adjust shit.
No, I don't have anything. It was really fun to play. Hopefully we can set that thing up. And obviously shout out to Frank. I know he doesn't listen to this. He played with us as well. We'll get back out there in September and kind of do a rematch. But I think it's very obvious we're all bad golfers. And it's really fun to get out there and just see who's the best of the bad golfers.
Yeah, for sure. I like hitting the ball far, though.
We hit it far, and that's all we have, Nick. That's all we have.
And then we 3-putt.
Yes, I did that multiple. I had birdie shot within 10 feet multiple times, and I got a bogey.
All right. So thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. A little bit longer episode than normal. So
Did we?
There's a little bit of bullshitting going on there. So it's fun. If you're enjoying it, smash that like button, subscribe, give us a rating. Really help us out. We can keep this thing going. And check out our social medias. You know where they're at. They'll be plugged in the show notes. So thank you, everyone, so much. And till next time, we'll be Rollin Balls.